So I get home and Robin goes, when she finally got home, right? I was gone. We had gone over to do Kara's birthday celebration thing at Eric's.
Sure. Say happy birthday to Eric for me.
I will. That was a funny line. And I warned Kara, but apparently she doesn't really care.
No, apparently not.
No.
Eric should care because it was really a shot at him.
Because the last comeback she had for Scott involved mostly I'll call you back. Which I
can't
thought was
think of anything right now.
The best line of the whole thing. I'll call you back.
That was a good one.
Anyway, I go to the doctor during the frickin' snowstorm.
Yeah.
And Anna, who is actually Joanna, is the nurse. She's a sweetheart. I thought back. I thought, okay, of all the nurses I've had, there's only one that annoyed the snot out of me.
Okay.
And I've had my fair share of nurse care, really.
Yeah.
Sadly. And she's a hoot. So as she's leaving, she says, I'll tell the doctor you're here. And I said, donkey chains. And she said, you're welcome, and walked out of the room.
Finally, somebody gets it.
And didn't have to comment on it. She just went right with it. That's my girl right there.
Now you tease the show.
The show is weird, and his dad, my dad could beat the show's dad, neener, but well, no, because my dad would no. Listen,
with our dads being dead and all,
if you don't want to hear things about death and dying and be all somber,
we're not.
Like, subscribe. We are too. I'm being very somber.
Right. That's right.
Like, subscribe, and follow. This is True Really News on your favorite streaming service. Like, subscribe, and follow, and we promise probably no more weirdness. Okay, I lied. Probably less. No. Listen, what you hear is what you get, okay?
That's exactly it. What you're paying for this is what it's worth.
Maybe not quite that much, but close. Like, subscribe, follow. Thank you.
This is True Really News with Scott Combs and Tony Vercanis. All the news you're about to hear is true.
Really?
As far as you know.
A man has had a fatal encounter.
Is he from Florida?
No.
Oh.
No. Actually, I'm not sure where. I'm not sure where at all.
Really? It's that big a screw up that they don't even tell you where it's from?
It bothers me. Man had a fatal encounter with an atomic wedgie. For the uninitiated. A wedgie is when you grab someone's underwear from behind and yank it up.
See if you can hook it to the back of their head.
Causing discomfort. Well, yeah, but that's the atomic part.
Yeah.
You pull it up over their head. And while it's not comfortable,
what you're hoping for is that you have really lousy material in your underwear.
It shouldn't be fatal.
Yeah, I'll give you that. That's a little odd.
That wasn't the case for Denver St. Clair. Denver St. Clair died because his stepson gave him an atomic wedgie. Turns out Denver's aforementioned stepson pulled his stepfather's underwear over his face during a fight. Stepfather eventually suffocated. He died of asphyxiation.
I'm not sure you get into heaven if you die from a wedgie.
Yeah, well, and showing
what's
up
the first
there with
question
the wedgie
St.
over
Peter
your
has?
face.
How'd you die?
Atomic wedgie.
Go to hell.
Over to you, Tone.
The Wozniak family of Baltimore, also not in Florida. They were looking to up their Halloween game this past Halloween.
Okay.
So they ordered a prop casket on Facebook Marketplace because apparently you can.
Yeah, I suppose you could.
See, I'm still going with the eternal question: why? I know they wanted to up their Halloween game. Blah, 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 blah. Fox News reports they got more than they bargained for when they found the. This is just a cheery start. When they found the ashes of Edith Cruz, who had died in January, inside
a coffin.
No, wouldn't an urn be easier? They also found a photograph of Cruz, her death certificate, and her hospital bracelet. Don't you have? There are tons of questions going through my head. Mostly, how? What? Huh?
Right.
The Wozniaks posted about the discovery on TikTok because apparently that's what the kids do now. They go to the TikTok and put that up there. next to the women bouncing.
Nope.
Which I never understood. Where are the feminists when you need them? The Wozniaks posted about the discovery on TikTok, hoping to connect with her family members. Crew's granddaughter happened to see the posting. Of course.
They must have taken the ashes and bounced them up and down.
The item, I don't think they probably bounced the ashes because then you'd have to dust. Yeah. I'm not sure Swifter can handle that. Where was I now? Anyway, granddaughter saw it. Items returned. Crew's family had rented the casket for the service at Freeman's Funeral Services, and she had been cremated afterwards. You know what that tells me? Nothing. It tells me absolutely nothing. Why her ashes and everything else was inside a rented casket.
Hey, don't mess up the casket. It's a rental.
What? You want to what? I just want to get inside. See
see what it feels like.
No, man, you do that with a Lamborghini, not with a...
Over to the kids' corner.
Thank heavens.
Me to my 4-year-old. Your shoes are on the wrong feet. 4-year-old looks at me in silence. I look back in silence. 4-year-old looks again down at his feet, looks back up to me. I look at him. I don't have any other feet.
Well,
me? Fair enough.
Understood.
What are you going to do? 5-year-old says, "You're old." "I'm not that old," with a slight tone of indignation. "How old do you think I am?" 5-year-old. The last number.
That's freaking old.
That is old. Wow.
I'm not sure I want to live to the last number.
Me to my son. You remind me.
I want to find out, are there any mathematicians silly enough to watch this, to listen to this stuff? Because I'd like to know, is there a last number?
I don't think there's a last number.
Because pie.
Is it blueberry pie?
No. Right at the moment, apple.
Oh, sure. That's a good wintertime pie.
I'm torn between a la mode.
Yeah.
Which is more summery.
Yeah.
Or a slice of Velveeta cheese, which isn't actually cheese, but let's not go there.
But it tastes good on there.
That was my grandpa's favorite. And for some reason, I got hooked on it back in the day.
Yeah.
And now whenever I say that would be good, everyone looks at me and goes, Velveeta's not cheese. That's not the point, people.
Shut up. I'm enjoying myself.
I have taste buds inside right now cursing you.
And it's making it hard to talk. They're very long.
Pretty soon I sound like me.
Me to my son. You remind me of me, son. That's just mean.
By the way, wives, if I may mention, when the son does something that irks the father, mentioning to him the immortal line, "He's just like you," is as effective in quieting the situation as when you're upset and he says, "Oh, calm down."
Right?
Just so you know.
My niece used to hold my face in her little 3-year-old hands and tell me I was pretty. Then we watched Wizard of Oz, and the Green Witch came on, and she jumped up in delight, yelling, "Pretty, pretty." I haven't believed another word. She's
not a word out of her mouth, and she's 42 now.
And finally,
thank God,
my 5-year-old son looked across the table at me and asked about his recently dead grandma. "So grandma's dead?" I looked over my paper. "Yeah, buddy." He asked, "Why?" "Well, she was older, and it was just her time," I said. He looked at me rather coldly. "You're probably next." Nice kid.
No, Eric is a nice kid because he was very much wondering about inheritance.
Oh.
Not just his mom and dad's.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe he mentioned it once at Grandma and Grandpa's, which tickled his grandfather, which surprised me. Self-proclaimed Britain's dullest man, Patrick Reed. Oh, that's not it.
That's not it. It's
No.
You mispronounced it.
I did. It looks like Patrick Reed, but it actually reads Kevin Bursford.
There you go. Oh, the Bursfords. I've never liked them.
You know, of Bursfordshire.
Yeah, that's it.
So if it's a shire, why aren't they living in the shire instead of the shire when they're hobbits?
I have no idea.
Okay. Self-proclaimed Britain's dullest man, Kevin Bursford has your holiday shopping list solution. a 2023 calendar of Britain's best parking lots.
Pardon me?
Yes, the Daily Record took time, effort, and space to report this. Parking lots. Or as they say in Great Britain,
lots.
Car parks.
Yeah.
Why do we, by the way, park in driveways and drive on parkways? These are questions that bother me. Bursford traveled the country from one end to the other, photographing.
Photographing.
That's it.
That's exactly what you'd be doing.
Taking pictures of parking lots and later compiling his favorites into a 12-month calendar. I would love to know that. No, I wouldn't.
No.
His personal favorite was Trinity Street Car Park in Birmingham, featuring walls made of crushed cars and adorned with street art. Okay, that'd be pretty cool.
Okay, I'd like to see that.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Kevin, who lives in Worcestershire. Is that the sauce? Worcestershire
We
sauce?
both went there. I was thinking, man, he must be damp a lot.
And tasty. Said he focuses on slices of English life that nobody else does. Well, I don't create your normal conventional calendars. It's sexy being dull. And yes, ladies, Kevin Bursford is single, so chop chop. We know he won't be for long with this kind of
Cue up now.
line starts here. Yeah.
This is true, really news. Send email to TITR@netradio.network.